Valentine's is upon us, where flowers and notes and candies and bubbly liquids are passed among us, and everyone has a good time. It's fun, and it's a Cheerio day, right? You know, there's the one time where I didn't have such a good Valentine's Day. I had actually like 2 years in a row I had terrible Valentine's, believe it or not. This is years ago. One day I was dating a single mom. Of course, I was breaking the rule because one of my rules back in the day was never date anyone with kids. That was like a big #1 rule, never, ever, ever, ever. But I did because she was very attractive. She was a Scarlett Johansson type looking girl. She was really, really beautiful, attractive Latina. And while she was upstairs getting ready, I was downstairs with her son. She had a boy, and he was playing Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation. As we waited for the babysitter, she, women take forever to get ready to get dressed, and so she was upstairs taking forever, never. And so I'm here watching her kid get frustrated and pounding the controller because he couldn't pass the game, Crash Bandicoot. He was on one of the last levels fighting the boss, and he was getting more frustrated. He didn't know what to do. So, the talented, skilled gamer that I am, I said, let me help you. And he said, well, fine, I can do it. I'll make sure you think you can. So I took the controller in my hand. I started doing the skills. I started jumping, bouncing off walls, doing all the different things you're supposed to do, and Bandicoot. And this kid was like, his eyes just glistened. It's like, whoa. It's like, wait a minute. Like, the whole light just like went up. Like, whoa, wait a minute. You know how to game? And so I'm jumping around, fighting the levels, and I'm beating the main boss. And then, boom. I pass the boss. The thing blows up. He gets excited. He's jumping up and down because, I passed the game for him. So he's excited. He's happy. As we sat there and we watched the credits go up and enjoyably, I noticed the mom was up on the staircase looking down at us, and so I look up and she has this look at her like that. I wasn't too happy look, I guess, I don't know. And so, just as to break the silence, the awkward silence there, the doorbell rang and it was the babysitter. So when the babysitter came in, the kid gave me a high five and we passed the game. It was a joyful moment. And so me and the mom went out. Mom didn't really say too much. We walked out, went to the car, and as soon as we got in the car, she gave me that Steven Seagal look, that fast look, like, what were you doing? And I'm like thinking, what do you mean what I'm doing? She's like, you came to see me, not my son. So I'm thinking, yeah, of course I'm coming to see you, but I was helping your son. I was, passing time. First rule when you date me, you don't play video games. You don't play board games. You don't watch cartoons. You're here dating me, not my son. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't know what to say because one of my rules was never date a girl who has kids. And so I'm like, I'm not trying to be a father figure. I mean, I'm not trying to replace daddy, whatever else. And she said, well, one of the reasons why I'm dating you because you are a daddy figure and I think you'd be a good father. And so I'm thinking in my mind, like, wait, what? But, so it's kind of like a lost confusion. She's sitting there, scolding me, telling me, she comes first, her son comes second, and I'm there for her and not for her son. And and so after that, she tells me, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a second chance. We'll call it the night tonight, and then I'll call me tomorrow and we'll set up new plans and we'll try this again. And she gets out of the car. So I'm thinking, okay, what just happened? And this is early. It's like 7 p.m. at night. Okay, I'm dressed, ready to go. She was dressed, ready to go, but the night ended right there. So I go back home and made a blockbuster night, and so it was kind of a bummer. But the following, of course, I never did call her back, which followed a lot of angry calls because I pretty much dissed her. I didn't really like what she did, and during that time back in the day, I didn't really play those kind of games. Year so two comes around, and maybe bad juju, bad karma, who knows. My Valentine's Day, I was able to date this one girl. She was the backup dancer. Yes, this fat guy here got a backup dancer to go out with him on Valentine's Day. We went on a few dates, a few months, and we started dating. This is a little breakup time from the ex. If you guys read my book, you know who their ex is. And so we go out, and she's a very sophisticated lady. She's she dresses nice, very professional. And we go to this one restaurant. I told her about during this time too. A friend of mine, Jill, was hooking me up with ghostwriting projects, and ghostwriting projects is when you write a script and you don't get credit for it, but you get paid. And so they give it to the studios and producers, and pretty much they say, "Oh, I wrote this," but they don't, which still goes on today in Hollywood. And so I'm talking about my story about the script and so forth. And she's like, "Well, we should celebrate. You know, it's Valentine's Day. We're out. What is a nice restaurant?" So I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure." And so she calls the waiter, and she orders this really nice, expensive bottle of wine. I forgot what it's called because all wine's all. I don't drink wine, so. And so she calls the waiter over. She orders this bottle of wine, which costs like $80, by the way. And she pours me some, and she says, "Cheers." I take a sip. I put it down. And she's like, "Whoa, what's wrong? You don't like the brand of wine? Bring you something else." I'm like, no. I cut her off already because, you know, who knows? She probably ordered like a $150 bottle of wine or something. So I'm like, no. I mean, I don't drink wine. I don't drink wine or champagne. And she sat there with a dazed face looking at me. She's like, "What do you mean you don't drink wine or champagne?" So I'm like, "Well, I don't drink wine and champagne." I mean, my Pepsi and my water, I'm cool. Okay, I would drink alcohol. I'll drink beer every now and then, not really much. But wine, I'm not a wine guy. I'm not a wine guy. I'm not a champagne guy. I just never have been. And so she sits there, and then she pauses. The food comes, and she puts down her fork, looks at me, and she brings back the subject like, "Well, what do you mean you don't drink wine? Who doesn't drink wine?" And she goes off this whole spiel about how unsophisticated I am because I don't drink wine, I don't drink champagne, I drink Pepsi. Who drinks Pepsi? Nobody drinks soda. You go to a nice restaurant, you don't order soda. But I did. I mean, that's who I am. It's just, you know. And I'm sitting there getting scolded by this girl. I mean, she was really hot, so kind of everything's kind of blew by my mind. I didn't really care because she was hot. But the whole thing about, and then she went on about the whole being a sellout because I sold a script and I wasn't getting credit for it, and I was selling out my race by not getting credit for it. And so I had this conversation before with somebody else before, and if you read my book, Life After Rap, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's in there, I can't remember, but if it's not in there, it'll be in the next one. And I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute, it's Valentine's Day. Who cares if I don't drink wine and champagne? Who gives a fuck? We're here, we're having fun, that's all that should matter. But it did matter, and the night ended early. It kind of sucked, and once again I was home this time I was home instead of 7 p.m. I was home by 8 p.m. So I was home pretty much both nights early, which kind of sucked. You know, Valentine's Day, you shouldn't be alone, especially if you had somebody or you had plans. But if you're not in a relationship, you know, Valentine's Day, you guys doesn't really matter as much. But it was a bummer to have two bad Valentine's Days in years in a row. One good thing out of these horrible 2 years that I had on Valentine's Day was I had my Red Devil's pizza both nights. Each year I ordered Red Devil's pizza. I sat and watched Blockbuster. And if you don't know who Red Devil's pizza is yet, check it out online or go read my book Life After Rap and you will know who Red Devil's pizza is. But you guys enjoy Valentine's Day. Thank you for watching. You guys are awesome. I appreciate the feedback and everything you guys been doing. You guys totally rock. Just want to share a couple stories with you for Valentine's Day. You guys have fun, treat your woman right, appreciate everything you get. Peace out.